Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. I love all Amber. And today I am going to continue reacting to the video made by Joyce, Denzel, and Grace on the topic of metacognition. But this time, this reaction will be short. So let's begin.
That's when you synthesize a conclusion. You synthesize a conclusion that will piece together the entirety of the mirror, and then you'll understand. You'll see yourself through it, and you're like, "Wow, a part of it that was right. You had a part." And now that we connect these in a synergistic way, it all makes sense. And so it's taking all of these fragments and creating a singularity with it, like a shattered mirror turning into a whole one.
Beautiful because David has a drawing of exactly that, and he posted it a couple of years ago of like this man, and he had like a shard over his head, over his eyes, and it was like a shattered mirror type of thing. And he said that this is how he views like an eye, like in a certain way. And for me, I've always resonated with a similar analogy. The Have y'all ever heard of the story of like the elephant and the blind men?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for those who may be watching don't know, essentially, uh, I see an eye as so there's an elephant and there's five blind men. And one blind man is like feeling on the tail, another blind man is like feeling on the trunk, another blind man is feeling on the ears, whatever. And they're just like, they're not communicating with each other. They are simply like feeling. So I guess if anything, that could be like the SE in a way, like you're gathering all the information. And so me as an ENFJ, like when I'm coaching people, then I tell ENFJs like you're out all day feeling on the elephant, but your NI does not begin to make the connections. Your blind men do not communicate until you go into tranquility, until you go into solitude, because NI needs like sensory deprivation and everything. So until you go into your prayer,
I'm so jealous that they can visualize what NI is for them in the abstract. It kind of reminds me in my previous video, uh, when I made a video titled, uh, I forgot the title, but basically I was broadcasting that I am a self-type INFJ. And there was a part in the video when I was like, to be honest with you guys, it took me a long time to realize what a lead observer is. And then I had to take a pause because that video is pretty edited. I like edited videos. So I edited that video, but I took a pause and then I finally state what NI is, like what my NI abstract was. And guess what it was? I'll give it a moment. 3, 2, 1. Me. And I was like, that is so unoriginal. But it is what it is. NI is to be intuitive, to be organizing abstract content, non concrete information. It is as serious as I am as serious of living. It is as serious as me being a human being. It is as serious as I make it to be. And it is what it is. There's something else I wanted to say before I move on. I saw a video on YouTube a day or two ago, and someone stated this person is a YouTuber too, and if this person come across my video, they should know who they are. Like they already know. Uh, I will put their name up. Uh, so they said in their video that NI and SI is a way of knowing. And I'm like, yes, I can add that to my box. It is a way of knowing. It is a way of knowing because I organize abstract content. I organize non-concrete information for myself and how I operate in the world. And it is what it is. When I visualize NI see myself. So, and I can't think of anything else that can best represent my NI than me. It is what it is.
Or until you like go into meditation, or until you just allowing yourself to wander through the garden of your mind, you're always out and about, like feeling on the elephant, feeling on different animals and everything, and you're gathering all of this information about people, but you're not making the connections. Your blind men are just feeling the things and they're not communicating with each other. But then the longer that you spend in solitude, then the longer the blind men start to say, hey, so over here I have I think this is a tail. Like, wait, over here I feel a trunk. Oh, I'm feeling an ear. I think this might be an elephant. Boom, and I epiphany. And then so for INJs, when I'm coaching them, I tell them that they have the opposite problem. They've been, having their blind men, talk so much about that one elephant that they've been feeling, but they haven't explored other animals. So they just, go through the same pattern over and over and over again, the same patterns over and over and over again. But they have not, explored like more people. They have not engaged with more people to be able to have their blind men feeling like other projects. Their blind men just keep on communicating with each other about this same elephant. It's like, all right, we know this is an elephant now. We need to gather more information about a different animal. But and so for ENJs, it's like slow down, spend more time in solitude, allow all of that information that you've collected when you've interacted with other people to now connect, and have the epiphanies bubble up. And then for INJs, it's, hey, I know that you're introverted, but actually go out there, start communicating with people, engage that SE function so that you can allow your NI to actually, when you do go back into solitude, then your NISC has like more on both sides to actually, engage in. So we learn a lot from each other, like because the INJs usually have more of the patterns in that sense, but they only have maybe in my opinion, like a few because that they've just really highly developed. And then the ENJs, they might not even have as many either because they haven't spent so much time, or they have a lot of maybe small ones, but they haven't spent enough time deepening them because they've just gathered a whole bunch of information. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Exactly. Yes, Grace. I'd just like to add a little bit of a thought onto yours, Denzel. And so basically you mentioned how NI works well with sensory deprivation. And I feel like the reason for that is it needs an uninterrupted form of thought. I think it all boils down to NI needs to be not interrupted because it's looking for a cohesive way to put thoughts together. So if you'd interrupt it, then now it was understanding the ripple effect, and now you stopped it in the middle of one of its ripple effects, and it's like, oh wait, where was I again? Now I have to retrace everything to get back to that thought, and then to go off of that.
Grace. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just what happened to Grace just a few minutes ago, when she was interrupted and she's like, oh wait, where was I? And then yeah. So yeah, I fully agree with that. That's exactly why I believe that, and I need.
I don't know why these people are calling me out like this.